Live. They letting rappers do Saturday Night Live more frequently now without it's not it used to be a bigger deal. Like when they did Saturday Night Live, like you really had to be somebody.
But I'm ready for this Offset project though. I'm ready for this Offset project. 1013 is coming out. That Offset project is gonna be fire. I feel like he has a lot to talk about. Yeah. You feel me? It's a lot to talk about for real. And also that's one thing that gets overlooked with the Migos is how talented they are rapping. We know how there's certain type of flow, their cadence, their style of rap, but we don't talk about all of their rapping ability.
Facts.
Fire. So I'm ready for this Offset project. Let's get it started. The Faison View podcast, man. We live. All right, episode 350 with my brother.
Yes,
you know. Hey, best debut albums. Okay.
Cardi B's birthday.
I want to bring back the draft. All right, especially for this one.
Back. I'm not prepared. Wait.
Right. Yeah, nah, this is on the fly. Best debut albums draft. Okay. So we're gonna chop it up. We're gonna get right into it. We didn't do the best debut albums. This was not the debut album.
Maybe we did best debut rap albums.
Yeah, I think we did, but like albums in general.
All right.
What's up? We back at it. Let's go.
Oh, we on this first?
Yeah.
All right.
Go ahead. You got it. And we can go 5. This is off the top of the dome.
Top of the dome. Give me Off the Wall. Like Off the Wall is iconic. I love that.
Off the Wall debut album.
Give me Off the Wall.
Okay.
Michael Jackson's solo debut album. I guess is that his first debut album?
I mean, I would say I would as far as him being grown up.
Yeah.
I would say, I'm surprised you ain't say this first, but I'm gonna say Kanye, College Dropout.
Okay.
I'm gonna say Kanye.
Rap, I'm gonna go with give me Get Rich to Die Tryin.
Okay. Second, I have Lauryn Hill, Miseducation of Lauryn Hill.
Okay.
Debut albums.
That's her first, technically her only.
Right.
Yeah, first and only. Okay. Dang. I don't know. There are better. I was about to say Drake, but there are like no hate, but there are.
There's better albums than the debut.
There are better first albums than Drake's
I agree.
First album.
I agree.
There are better first albums. Dang, I'm trying to think outside of. I'm glad this came up. Give me It's Dark and Hell is Hot.
Oh, DMX.
Give me It's Dark and Hell is Hot, man.
DMX.
Man.
I'm gonna go with R&B
as the video for How's It Going
Down? Just popping up. I'm gonna go with R&B. I'm gonna go with Frank Ocean, Channel Orange.
Was that? No, you're right. Because,
Moment in Time.
Because the first joint really was a mixtape.
Yes, correct. That was a mixtape.
The nostalgia, that was a mixtape. All right, so keep with the R&B vibes. Give me Chris Brown. That's 4.
Chris Brown
right?
title. Yeah, that's 4.
Give me
That's
Chris
4.
Brown.
This is my 4th right here. Just because I'm going on an R&B bag and I'm going more recent. Bryson Tiller, Trapsoul.
Okay. It's a 3-way tie for me for the last one. It's a 3-way tie for me for the last one. Actually, it's a 4-way tie. They're all rap albums. It's a 4-way tie. I feel like all 4 of them are top 5, top 10 rap albums ever. I'm gonna keep it biased. I'm gonna go with Reasonable Doubt.
I knew you was going. Come on.
No,
now.
there was
about to say ain't no way.
Tie. There was a 4-way tie. I was like, I had 4 different ones.
I bet. All right, this next one, I'm gonna go with Biggie Ready To Die.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Biggie Ready To Die.
But yeah, man, Reasonable Doubt, because that was I'm gonna go with that.
I'm about to say, come on, ain't no way you wasn't about to add.
Because I was thinking it was either that, Good Kid, Mad City,
Illmatic. But Good Kid, Mad City, does it count? Because Section 80 is
a
mixtape. Okay.
So that was either that, Good Kid, Mad City, Doggy Style, or Illmatic. Those are my 4.
Dang, I'm bugging. Yeah. I'm bugging. I'm bugging. Those are
my 4. I was like,
I'm bugging.
Like, one of those 4.
We both bugging. Nas Illmatic should have been in one of our lists. So that's definitely.
But I was like, let me.
We both chose different genres too. So it's more than just rap albums, as far as that's concerned. And then, like, honestly, what you talking about? I was going to
say Drake, but I was like, hold on, there's better first.
I'm about to say with Drake.
And then I thought J. Cole was like, no, hold on, Born Sinner's fire, but there are better first albums than Born Sinner.
It's better first albums than both of them.
Yeah.
Ranking Drake's catalog. Where do you rank his catalog, from the best to the least?
What do you mean?
And we can say 5. What's your 5 best Drake albums?
5 best Drake albums?
Cause do you consider So Far Gone an album?
No.
Okay, so all right, then we're good on that.
People today might because they receive it differently, but coming up in that time, we grew up in the era where we knew what a mixtape was.
Right, correct.
And that was 100% a
mixtape, and then comeback season was too.
Yeah, it wasn't something you could purchase. The way it was distributed, it was definitely a mixtape.
That's true.
And it was around that time where you couldn't just put an album out. You had to put out a mixtape first, or two. You couldn't just be like, it's my debut album.
Right, correct.
So wait, okay, best 5 best Drake albums. Take Care. The other one's the same. Give me just strictly albums or just all
I would
stuff?
Say albums. Okay. I would just say albums.
Take Care. Another one's the same. Give me Views at 3. Where do I rank Take Care? I was actually not the hugest Take Care fan. Like, I like Take Care, but I wasn't like the hugest Take Care fan.
But you got that at 1.
But is it? No, I don't. No, I'm sorry. That's Take Care. I'm sorry. Thank Me Later.
Oh, okay.
I was the huge Take Care fan. I wasn't the hugest Thank Me Later fan. That's what I'm like. But it's still probably in the 5. I'm trying to figure out, is it 4 or 5? I'm trying to think of what I would put over it if I feel like there's an album over it. I don't think there's an album over it.
It is. It for sure is, actually. I think it's multiple albums over that.
Well, I have the 3 that I think are over it.
Those 3. I don't think you name If You're Reading This. That's an album. That is an album. If You're Reading This is an album, bro.
That was a tape.
If You're Reading This is an album, bro.
Yes,
that's an album, bro.
It's not. You know why?
That's an album.
You know why it's not an album? Because even when every time Drake drops an album, he always tells you what his studio album is. He says this, like, for all dog, he said this is my 8th studio album.
He has 13 studio albums, bro.
He doesn't. They're tapes. They just count as albums because they get the stream. But
cool.
Even himself, he says this is my.
This your list. So what do you have it for?
So I'm gonna go with Thank Me Later at 4.
And then what's 5?
Probably Scorpion or CLB. Scorpion or CLB.
I'm gonna go. Nothing Was the Same. Take
CLB
Care.
is a sleeper.
I had If You're Reading This in mind, but if I'm taking it out, but I had, if my original list, mine was Nothing Was the Same, Take Care, and that Nothing Was the Same, Take Care was Overtime swap. If You're Reading This, no, Views was 3, so I had the same 3 as you, but I had a different one. I had Nothing Was the Same, Take Care, Views, If You're Reading This, and the last one was tough, but I'm not gonna lie, like over time I started to like Scorpion and More Life up there. I put both of them up there. Thank Me Later is timeless. Thank Me Later is kind of timeless to me. It might be 5 because you got The Resistance, you got Karaoke, Show Me a Good Time, Fireworks, Shut It Down,
Up All Night.
Yeah, Fancy. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you. Thank Me Later can be my 5th. So I would have.
Cause even Drake always tells you what number album he's on when he drops an album. He said, "Boy, this is my 8th studio album." He's like professional like that. So even he understands like he understands what project he's putting out. Like he considers what he considers his albums. Everything else is like he'll tell you what it is, but it gets viewed like that because they're all streaming projects. You can put them, they go on Billboard, but he's
right. It's the metrics are different. Yeah. The metrics are different.
If you would ask him what are your 8 albums, he's gonna rank. He's gonna tell you Thank Me Later, Take Care, Nothing Was the Same, Views, Scorpion, CLB, Honestly Nevermind,
More Life.
He's not gonna tell you. He's gonna.
But More Life is an album, bro. I don't care what anybody say. That's an album. Like that is his album.
Even on the
cover,
album, it says a playlist curated by OVO.
That is an album, bro. And
I wouldn't consider
also one of his best body works too.
I think if it's an album, it's kind of like it's like the Rock Dynasty album because it wasn't just him. It was like it was an OVO project. But even still, Jay would tell you like that's one of his albums. Like even though
right, so I would put More Life can go in there interchangeable too. Like because that has
the whole discography. Then yeah,
that does
as far as like albums, I always go by what Drake always tells me. Drake says I have 8 studio albums, so I go by those 8.
So has this album set in for you yet, as far as like listening to it or having?
I never said I didn't like it. I don't think Drake is capable of giving me music I don't like. But I'm not like I'm definitely it's a letdown. I'm not blown away. Definitely was like I need balance because that's what he's always giving me. So when he put out 8 a.m. for Charlotte, I was like, oh, we get him. And that was the only vibe like that on there. And I was disappointed by that. I was like,
it's not really too many.
I was like, that's the only vibe like that on there. Like, there's no Western Road flows on there. There's no Grammys on there. There's no Central Rose on there.
We can't compare that too. And I feel like over time it is, bro. I do feel like over time it is.
What I'm saying, like, there's no other rap songs on there besides 8 a.m.
Away From Home, I would say. Away From Home. Fear of Heights. But to your point, it's the blend. You remember when he does the blend within the song?
Yeah, I'm like, yo, this is the only vibe. So like, I like that album, but it's like I wasn't like. I was kind of like, this isn't. I've heard better.
Tell it's a different sound.
Yeah, and the last Drake album, I was like, I like this.
Yeah, Her Loss.
There was only even before that. Not
Honestly Never Mind.
Honestly Never Mind had some slaps. But I'm talking about like CLB.
Oh yeah, cool.
So I was like,
for sure, we just talked about that.
When he was on his not house music, I was like, oh, I like this.
Yeah,
I can tell I like that. Because there's like one song that I didn't like.
Because to your point, like in CLB, he gave the Champagne Poetry. That was like one of, you know what I'm saying?
Champagne
like
Poetry. Live Fast, Live Too Fast with Rick Ross, Wayne, and them.
Yeah, they were
what's the other joint? He
Middle of the Ocean.
That's Her Loss. But
that
like,
Middle of the Ocean.
Oh my God,
yeah, Her Loss. That was on Her Loss.
CLB, he definitely was like going like, and I like R&B Drake. Yeah, first I like R&B Drake. Don't get me twisted. I like R&B Drake, but like I always say, with Drake, I need balance. Like, I don't think, even though I would take an all rap project for him, because I like rap, but like with him, I need balance. It's like,
but
there wasn't enough balance.
To be fair, it's like,
and I think it was because maybe we misread the title.
Yeah, I'm about to say facts, and I just feel like, to be fair, when his music comes out, like a lot of times we have such a high expectation of him. We kind of look at him, if it's not to where it was the last album or previous albums or past albums where it was classics, then it's not a good album.
This album proved to me that hip hop couldn't be saved this year. I was like, oh, if Drake's putting out mid, I was like, this year, you chalk this year up. Because every album that came out this year who I was excited for was kind of like, there's a couple that I like, but all the ones that I like are like, they're not big names. They weren't like I like Jackman by Jack Harlow. That wasn't like blown up very big. I like the Michael.
Yeah, I'm about to say Killer Mike had a very great album.
That wasn't like blowing up.
Nas I was had like, a good album.
I like Nas' album again. Like, but all the people who I was expecting to come, like even Travis Scott's album, I was really excited for that, and I was kind of like,
they
was like, oh man,
dang, they came to win.
So when Drake came through, and I felt this, I was like, oh man, hip hop really couldn't be saved this year.
I came and went. I was trying to tell everybody this is Gunna year, bro. Like,
Gunna's album was good.
This the year of the year. I feel like he has the best album of the year, bro.
Dirk album wasn't bad. The only reason Dirk messed up was because he dropped the same weekend as Taylor Swift. That was the only reason why his kind of got sort of on the right. His debut at number 2. I think if he had picked a separate weekend, that would have got. And it was the top of the year.
And then
it's hard dropping.
Uzi album wasn't really.
Yeah, it wasn't really rap.
Right.
That's why you got to applaud Gunna, because it's hard dropping albums at the top of the year and expecting people to like. Cause that's what happened with CLB. CLB again was a good album, so it dropped in like January or something like that.
Yeah, it did.
And people remembered it. Like, it's hard to drop albums at the beginning of the year, and people still remember it
throughout the whole year. You
gotta really drop. If you gotta really drop some heat. Not to say that Dirk didn't, but I just don't think. I think it wasn't good enough to.
It's been a lackluster year in rap.
Yeah, that's why I was like, man. If Drake was putting out, if everyone's saying this Drake is good, I was like, man, because that was my assessment. So I was like, maybe I'm bugging. I'm going online. I was like, huh. Because you know what my litmus test usually is with Drake albums? It's our group chat. Our group chat is usually my litmus test. Because I know y'all either going to overhype it,
right,
or y'all going to at least talk about it some. And it was quiet in our chat. Between me, you, Richie, and Sosa. Deshaun doesn't really talk about Drake very much. But between us four.
You're right. It's like a holiday when you drop music.
It was very quiet in our chat. I was like, oh, they don't like this album either. I was like, they're feeling. Yeah. I was like, they're feeling the same way I feel it.
I like it.
They're not saying.
I like the album more now. But
and to your point, you gave the first review and you said exactly what was on my mind. I was like, yep.
But it's not to our expectations.
I was like, yep. I knew I wasn't tweaking.
It's not to our expectations. Yeah. I'm not gonna say in a lie say it's to our expectations. More and more I listen to it. That's why I say give it time. Yeah, because his music resonates better with time.
But I don't know. Maybe I don't know if I don't know.
Yeah,
we've been wrong before. People might come back later and be like, "Oh, this was good." I don't know if they'll come back later and be like, "Oh, this is classic." That's like,
Mm-hmm.
It's not one of those vibes. But people like on the internet, the only thing I've been seeing recently is just like people are either with rap takes. People are either like they go to the extreme with a negative take, or they go to the extreme with the highs.
Right,
like,
that's right. It's
like,
no in between.
I've heard somebody say this is easily the best rap album in the last 2 years. I was like, okay, let's relax. Mm-hmm. And then someone comes along and say Drake has the worst album run in the last. I was like, okay, let's relax.
Go totally left with it.
He does not have he does not have the worst 4 album run. Because at least 2 of them things, if you talk about Solo,
for sure.
At least 2 of them things was tough.
Nah, for sure.
We talk about Solo. One of them, I wouldn't even, like, honestly, never mind. I don't even judge that album because it wasn't for us.
Yeah, it wasn't for us. It wasn't for our demographic.
It wasn't for me, and there were still slaps on there. So I try not to judge that album the same way I judge the other ones. That was for a completely different demographic. I'm fine with that. Mm-hmm. I'm accepting of that, and I think maybe this album we misled. Maybe we misread the title. Maybe it was more for the women. And we
that's true.
For the dog,
and that's why your question is a great question. For real, should artists' music mature? Like,
yes.
Should the artists mature more with their age and their music?
Everyone except Pusha T. Pusha T is the only one allowed to still rap about drugs.
He's one of them, but you still have people. That's why I said we moved the goalposts for certain people though. Like let's call it a spade a spade. We moved the goalpost for certain people because you have rappers that still like those rappers of the 2000s. If they came out today, most likely the content's still gonna be the same. We
moved the goalposts. People like Wayne.
Right, I'm about to say Wayne, Future.
Even though I believe that I'm still listening to it, but I do think. I don't know. I've always looked at maybe that's my fault. I've always looked at Nas and Jay as like my litmus test because we've seen those guys really grow up, and we've seen other guys from the ilk. They've grown up. We've seen Kanye's content has changed. Even J. Cole's content has changed. Kendrick's content, so that's why I always gave grace to younger artists. All they rap about is sex and this. Okay, well, I mean they're like 22, that's what they on right now.
And then
you see how they change. Shoot, Big Sean is a completely different guy. When he first came out, Big Sean was that dude, man. I'm still a huge Big Sean fan. Big Sean was like, we wanted to be Big Sean because he always wanted to fly his clothes. He always talked about all the girls he got and money he was getting. Like he was like, we wanted to be Big Sean, and he's like completely different. He talks about like vitamins and fatherhood and all types of stuff now. Like it's weird. Not weird, but it's lit. To
be fair though, as the consumer, bro, we have a certain expectation of the music, and we want that artist to go back what they was when they first started too. Yeah. So it's like we don't want like that. You get what I'm saying. So it's like being hypocritical in a certain aspect because you want that artist to not really grow and change music wise, and be who this person was his first year, or when his classes were dropped. Then now over time it's like, oh well, you should mature in your music. Yeah. It's kind of a contradiction in itself too, because you want me to mature, but you still want this type of sound.
Yeah, it's like when artists get or celebrities get too big. Pause. Like you want them to succeed, and then when they reach a certain level, and then it becomes like hate, slander. Kevin Hart's not funny. It's like
right, correct.
Like, but I still think your music should mature because like. What we tell people always complain about the stuff in rap, and what I always tell them is like, guys can only rap about their experience. If their experience in life has only ever been poverty, drug dealing, and gangster stuff, and that's what it'll be. Now over time, it should be something else. It should be something else. And I saw people online saying like, oh man, Drake's not going to do that because that's not the stuff that's going to keep him. Number one, like, listen, Drake is in a class of guys that his stuff will sell regardless.
Right. Regardless.
Because I can name you all the guys who still go number one who rap about more mature things. Jay-Z, Kanye West, J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar. You going to sit here and tell me that if Drake put out more mature content, we wouldn't go play it? If the music was good, we would 100% go play it. Like, he's in the class of guys that we're not going to not go play the music. He's going to go number one. Regardless of what he puts out. Even when he puts out bad music, it goes number one. So if he put out good, mature music, we're going to go get it. He's in that class of guys that's like, he could disappear for however long, rap about something completely different, and come back. Like, shoot. Kanye came back talking about Jesus, which is lit, and he still has the same effect. Kendrick came back talking about, therapy, other stuff. He still has the same effect. Jay-Z put a song out about OJ, about flipping art and selling real estate, and it was like one of the best rap songs of that year. Like,
for sure,
Drake can have mature music, and it will sell. So I don't believe that. That's my thing. That's my thing. That's my only thing with that take. Like, I don't believe he has to do this.
Yeah, for real. I don't think so either. In order to sell, I do
think he's a calculated guy. I do think he views
correct.
There's still a part of him that views making music as a business, and it is. There are some artists who don't care about sales, stuff like that. It's like, I'm gonna put out what I want to put out. I say that he's not, but I also do think he understands.
For sure, he understands
how to play the game.
Yeah, I'm about to say how to play the game.
This is this market. If I put songs like this out, it'll do this out like this. Like he did the Tootsie
correct.
Style. He understood that this. Okay, TikTok dances are lit. So what I'm gonna do
is appeal to a certain audience
song that has a dance.
Right.
And your kid loves it. That's I can't be mad at that.
Correct.
Guy. I can't. Even with the Sexy Red song ain't for me.
Right, but that's gonna ring off. That's gonna ring off.
I completely get it, and it's a song that I can hear it. As someone who listens to music, I'm like, this is gonna go off.
And even with the Yeet song, that song about to go number one.
Go off and this is gonna go off
to the certain demographic.
Yeah, so I completely get it. Like he's a guy that definitely understands you need this type of record, this type of record, this type of record, this type of song. Even down to the fact that his music is more like a playlist style, because he understands that. People aren't putting out cohesive albums anymore. That's just not what it is. True. And I'm not saying that he couldn't do that and it'd be great, but he understands that these are the times we're in. That's how he's been able to last this long. He's always had a good pulse for the market. Some of it always changes because of what he does. So I get it, and maybe I'm just not a big fan of it, but I'm not mad at it. I don't knock it. That makes sense.
Yeah, I don't knock it either. Because at the end of the day, you're going to be your own individual rapper or artist. And you got to figure out what content works best for you in order to appeal to a certain audience.
And Drake is going to be Drake for me at the end of the day. Like, even
that's not really going to change.
Yeah, like if his next 4 projects could completely bomb, he would still be in my eyes a top 5 rapper ever. And a top 5, like musical artist of the last 10 years.
One hit away from MJ. He's already done with that. You know what I'm saying?
Like he's already given me enough to solidify his greatness. His next 4 projects could be horrible, and he's still Drake.
And another couple artists and rappers that are anomalies, Kanye West, and of course they always talk about and bring him up, Tupac. ATL Jacob, the producer, went to Twitter and was just saying that Kanye is more influential than Tupac, and I hate these type of conversations, especially when you bring Tupac in it, because this man is such a legend and icon, but he was only 25, 26 in his demise. Yeah. We can't even say anything about what he would have done, what he would have been, even when we're still talking about him now, 25 years plus later. You get what I'm saying? Like, Tupac is in a different world and atmosphere, and Kanye he is who he is. Yeah. But I wouldn't compare them two, because Tupac didn't get to live his full life or reach the life of where Kanye is now. So it's like, I don't even feel like it's comparable. I don't feel like it can be compared.
I understand that. I'm biased, and I've never been the biggest Tupac fan. I've recognized his greatness, and he's definitely someone who loves hip hop. I recognize the greatness, and he's definitely a top 5 most impactful rappers ever. But just being biased, I agree with ATL Jacob. I'm gonna go with Kanye West. And like you said, one guy is not here.
Right.
And I'm only speaking as somebody who's actually been actively alive to see the influence of Kanye West. Till this day, somebody who himself is, definitely been impacted by Kanye West. Like when I listen to Kanye's music, I instantly just get motivated. Because, that's, as an entrepreneur fighting for my dream, that's, his music is like the soundtrack for it. It's like, I don't know how you can listen to Kanye's music and not want to go hard for whatever it is you believe in. It's almost like impossible for me, because that's what he embodied. That was his whole thing. And he's influential in just in that fact alone. Like, Kanye made you wanted to go super hard for your dream. A guy who cracked his head on the steering wheel and did not stop. His label shelved his album, didn't pay for it, and he was completely injured and he did not stop. So for me, I'm gonna go with Kanye West. I mean, I can sit and talk about all day about the influence of Kanye West. But like you said, it is unfair. One guy is gone.
And Kanye West,
Tupac is extremely influential.
And that's what I'm saying. People still try to reach the level of Tupac, always being compared to Tupac because
the fact that this conversation is
happening. Is right in itself. You can say you can have people say that Tupac's more influential just based on the conversation. Him even being brought up in the conversation. But me too, I would go with Kanye West too because it's 1-on-1.
Yeah, I think what Jacob said made sense to me. He said, I've never seen more than one Tupac. I've seen 100 Kanye West.
But that makes Tupac unique as well too, though.
It makes him unique, but I get what he's trying to say.
I get what he's saying
like,
too.
I don't think
he influenced.
When
more.
I think about guys, like who can I think of that like reminds me of Tupac or who's tried to emulate Tupac? I say that guys weren't favorites of his. Like J. Cole was a favorite rapper, Kendrick was a favorite rapper. Like, well, when I think about Kanye West, like I can think of a lot of artists that have tried.
Yeah,
to
correct.
Be Kanye West.
Correct. And then you can see what Kanye branched off, like all the artists he branched off. You feel me? Like, and not saying that he made them, but he shaped their careers. Like Kid Cudi, for example. We can get the list goes on. Drake. Like, I mean, it's so many people that Kanye has influenced.
Listen, we're young and biased, so
right. So it's just gonna be. Speaking of Tupac, I'm tired, bro. I'm tired. The Will Smith and Jada Saga, bro. She gotta relax. We gotta free Will Smith because every 5 seconds
she's his biggest
biggest op. Because when we stop talking about it and everything, the news clear out for the drama, she come back red tabletop, she come back on the news. It's something. It's mad.
She came out today, said that her and Will have been separated since 2016. Then she also says that Chris Rock asked this was like 2 hours ago. Chris Rock asked her on a date because he thought they were divorced, and he apologized like on the phone. And I was like, "Why are you talking about this now?
Telling us that? Why are you telling us that?
Why are you telling us this now?" Like,
and no context. It ain't say nothing to Will when he went up there and smacked the hell out of Chris Rock on live TV.
Show together. Y'all didn't look separated at that time. But this is my thing. Like, this is what I knew was super nasty. I was like, "Yo, like she's really evil," because like he put out that birthday post of herself. Of her, like into all your birthdays, this, that, the third, and she posted a video of her and Tupac dancing to his song, and then said all three of our souls are intertwined. What?
Crazy.
Like that's nasty,
crazy, bro.
Like,
nasty, bro.
Like that's really insane.
She really wished that she was with him, like that.
To the point where her daughter is like crying on television.
I couldn't do that if I was Will. And then then Tupac is an icon. He's a legend himself. And then
that
it's
man
like
is 6 feet in the ground.
And then it's like I'm Will Smith. I am a legend icon, but you treat me as if I'm no competition.
That man is 6 feet in the ground.
Come on now.
And has been for 25 years.
Man, that's crazy, man. Free Will Smith.
Free Will Smith.
Because this man,
see, he got to fire her at this point. It's like, why? It's unprovoked.
It's unprovoked.
That's his biggest op. I don't understand it. I don't understand.
And we try to search for a backstory, but it really doesn't matter at this point because it's so much disrespect just out there. You feel me? Will done came to the Red Table Talk and been honest with you, talk to you about your side dude who was daggone 25 at the time. You know what I'm saying? Living in the house with my kids. You feel me? I came to the Red Table Talk to talk to you. Then not what's it called? Not even months after or a year after, I got to go up there to smack Chris Rock on your behalf because you out here.
Hey, look here. I don't understand it. I just don't.
Free Will, man.
I don't understand why she keep doing that.
Because we talking about it's crazy because we got to talk about this like Will is not Will Smith. You feel me?
I'm saying, bro, like you got to read like every artist has to like rethink their music lyrics at this point. J. Cole has to go.
Oh yeah, he got it. Yeah.
Freaking what's the joint?
That Jaden Will Love now.
Who else? Alicia Keys on Unbreakable. She got to change her lyrics. Like we can't do this anymore. Like it's just not. It's not okay.
It's not. That's why it's important.
All three of our souls are in it. Like what? What do you mean? Like what?
That's why it's important not to do couple goals, because you don't know what these people going through behind closed doors. That's what it really come down to. You don't know what they going through.
People get mad when men say they want a girl that knows how to shut up. This is why. This is what we mean.
Hey, bro.
This is what we mean, because like she won't be quiet. She just makes it worse. Like nobody was bothering.
Nobody asked for this.
This interview comes out today, and she says all these things. It's just like, why?
Ain't nobody asked for this.
Why?
We did not ask for this.
Nobody. Yes.
We great off for this.
Please remove me from the group chat. This Chrisean and Blueface.
Yes, bro. Please, I'm tired.
Tired of that. There's some more people I can't think of, but like, yo, I'm good, bro.
And that goes to show. You know what I'm saying? That goes to show whether if it's negative or positive publicity, bro. It's gonna run. It's gonna run. You feel me? Because we done been seeing this negative story about Chrisean and Blueface for 1,000 years, man.
Somebody said Will Smith better than me. I'd have paid for Keefe D's bail by now.
Hey, bro. Sick.
For those that don't know, Keefe D's the man that killed Tupac.
And Keefe D.
They said Will better than me. I'd have paid for his bail.
And that man out here snitching.
On himself. It's
on
crazy.
Himself. Lord have mercy, bro.
If Puffy did do it, I'm looking at Puffy completely.
Yeah, I'm done. That's crazy. I ain't got nothing to say on that.
Yeah.
You
if that becomes reality, I'm like, yo, there's no way.
Be crazy out here. Man, sports talk, bro. NFL recap. The NBA is back. All right, the NBA is back. I'm going to ask you this question, but go to NFL recap real quick. Let's talk about sports. All right. Best team in the NFL.
This is the Niners.
All right, 49ers, man. Dominating.
All they needed was a quarterback, and they have one now.
He ain't lose a game since he was injured in the playoffs. That don't even count. Yep. Dallas Cowboy fans, come on now. You know. New Year, same y'all. Just like Washington. We in the same boat.
They should have known, to be honest.
New Year, same stuff. You know what I'm saying? They talk comparing them to the 85 Bears, all that nonsense talk. I've been said it. I ain't no hater, but I'm just being real and honest. Dak is the problem. He's one of the main problems. You feel me? Like in perspective of that, come on now. I feel like everybody is so onto this America's team and then promoting them in a certain way. Like I always say, y'all haven't been to a NFC championship game almost since I was born. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
And like I said, and the Niners dominant team.
Clearly the Niners.
McCaffrey.
I don't know who out of the AFC is gonna come out. Probably the Chiefs again. But even the Chiefs, you can definitely tell they're missing EB. Mm-hmm. But even with them, like it's still up for grabs. The Bills, it's up for grabs in the AFC. But the NFC, I think the Niners got that.
I think the Niners, the only competition, the big competition is of course the Eagles. But I don't feel like they have enough firepower for the Niners.
Nope.
Because I feel like if the Niners were healthy last year, it would have been another story. I think it would have been a completely different story.
They lost 2 quarterbacks in that game. Like literally 2.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it would have been a whole different thing. But yeah.
You know, me and you, we play football. We have an understanding of football. What is the hardest position or most difficult position to play, quarterback or DB?
From a physical standpoint, it's DB. From a mental standpoint, it's the quarterback. You got to know everything. Mm-hmm. You have to know everybody's job.
Everything. And everybody's job.
Everybody's job. That was the one thing that always used to help me when I was learning the playbook. It's like, learn what you do on this play. Mm-hmm. Just learn what you do on this play. Ignore everything else. There's a lot. If you look at a playbook or a play, it's a lot on a play. Mm-hmm. It can be a lot. So it helps to just focus on what you're supposed to do. When you're the QB, you got to know everybody's job, everybody's alignment, all the lineman calls.
And the defense.
Calls. Study the defense. Like, you have to know
everything.
Every audible, every route. Like, you have to know everybody's job.
Everybody's job.
And so, just from that standpoint alone, it's like, I'm going with QB. Not only that, like, that position, having a good DB doesn't make or break your team.
Yeah.
Having a good
quarterback can make or break your team.
And you have to take blame. As a DB, you don't have to do that. You don't have to take blame for an entire team's loss.
For sure.
But as a quarterback, you have to take accountability for the whole shebang. Mm-hmm. So there's that aspect of it. Like, so yeah, I
agree. And DB is a very tough position because it's you just strictly reacting. It's opposite of the wide receiver. They're reacting So and defense is tough too because it's all a reaction. But a quarterback, like you said, you need to know the plays. You need to know what the defense is running, how to look at a certain coverage, when to audible out of a blitz, how to counter it, when to throw the ball, read option, when timing. Everything is time. Everything is very precise as a quarterback. And, the DBs out there, y'all can be mad if y'all want, but the quarterback is the toughest position. Those are the two toughest positions, but quarterback is the toughest position.
I was about to say, we should be asking you play both.
Yeah, for sure. NBA is back. All right? Yes, NBA is back. Your boy Victor Wembanyama, dude, I don't even know how to pronounce his name. Wembanyama. All right? You think you're going to be him? Or what you think? No. I think he's gonna be tough, bro.
He's gonna be tough. I don't think he'll be what everyone thinks he's gonna be.
Okay. Why you think that he? Honestly, I just feel like off of him being almost daggone 8 foot and moving like that, it's a high ceiling for him.
I think a lot of it, what we saw, a lot of it was just highlights. It made it seem better than what he was. So like people are like, oh, he's 7'5" and he can shoot threes. Like if you go look at his season, he shot like 40% from three.
That's amazing.
No, not 40%. He shot like
about to say,
not 40%. He shot like what? He shot like 30-something%.
That's still good though.
No, it's not.
That is good.
Not as an NBA 3-point shooter. It's not.
I mean, but it ain't got to be an NBA.
But I'm saying people made it seem like he just got the ratchet.
Like he just the ultimate player.
He don't got the ratchet. Like it just they made it look like that. And you go look at the stats, it's like.
But you could. And to counter that, I feel like you can see that game just like how we seen Luka in a certain light, and Luka plays at a certain pace. So and it's very rare. They're both rare. 30%. They're both rare. Luka don't shoot good from 3-pointer.
He shoots like 38.
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. No, he does not. Let's fact check. No, he does not.
Not only that, it's like being 7'5" with handles is not.
That's crazy.
It's not that big of a. You're set. The ball is still up here.
Right, but to 7'5", we talk about how KD is.
But KD's not 7'5".
Yes, okay, but he's even taller than KD with the same skill. With damn near the same skill set. It's crazy. Because of how
tall he is, the ball is still in a reachable position.
That's but it's still tough. And then guess what? You can't really guard him anywhere on the floor. Yeah, go ahead. Tell me Luka's of 3-point percentage. I know it ain't no daggone 38.
I bet it is.
And Luka one of them.
49%.
Luka one of them. I mean, come on, he's still one of them. I'm only just saying
34.
Okay. That's still 34%.
Let me go find Victor Wembanyama.
And he hasn't really played basketball yet.
So he's played.
He still has to. Yeah, he has. But they still. That's why I said Luka, because they both play overseas and they both.
I don't think he's going to be what people think he's going to be in the league. I think he'll be a good player. I don't think he'll be what he thinks he's going to be. We've heard. I don't know.
Yeah, some crazy comparisons, but
yeah, like there's people who thought Zion Williamson was going to be LeBron.
That's true. You gotta wait till what you saying, you gotta prove it.
Now, part of it has just been he ain't been playing,
right? Because he's
I don't know, but I don't think he's going to be because he's still he looks like he's like $160. Obviously he weighs more than that because he's 7'5". But like you put him down low with like somebody like Giannis.
But that's the thing now too, though. Just that's why it makes him so unique, because
you can't even find this dude's stats because he's not overseas anymore.
Because now you gotta think about it. The game is all an outside game. Steph changed the game, bro. It's not. You don't really have too many like solid centers or solid power forwards how they used to be.
That's what sucks.
You feel me? And it's not the true essence of real basketball. But who's to say it's not now? Because that 3-point line, hey.
Like for me, if Wembanyama's like Porzingis, then I'll be like, okay, he's tough. Because Porzingis is 7'3", and he's legit a bucket.
He's legit a bucket. He is.
He's a bucket. He may not have bucket. Or whatever, but he can give you a bucket, like for sure.
His length just makes it. He just makes it different. It's different. We haven't really seen anything like this before. We seen Porzingis. And Porzingis, but they unfortunately they don't really get the minutes they really deserve. So I mean, not saying Porzingis,
see it this year.
Saying boy.
On the C's,
we're gonna see.
I don't know what
for who?
For the C's on Porzingis.
Oh, I'm about to say.
I don't know what the Suns are gonna do, because you traded Ayton, which you need.
Oh, they about to go crazy.
But now you got Bobo. I think that's a downgrade as a center.
Did you see them three? Did you see Devin Booker, Bradley Beal, and KD on the same court? Oh nah, and they got the bench now. Oh yeah, it might be.
But I think if you run into a team with a big, that's gonna be you downgraded at center.
It's not really more bigs like that no more. Like who?
There's still a lot of good bigs in the league.
Please tell me, besides the only two that we really besides the only three we know, Joker, Embiid, and really AD.
What you mean, Sabonis? Oh, we counted with Joel.
I just said. Well, I meant Embiid. If I didn't say
Embiid. Sabonis is tough.
Embiid, Joker, and AD. Those are the. I don't know who else.
Well, AD.
I'm talking about the top tier.
He's a forward.
Well, he plays center.
Okay, if that's the case, Draymond.
No,
if we're doing that,
no, because come on now, he doesn't play. We're talking about center.
Sabonis
all right, okay. Other than Joker, Embiid, forget it. I don't even say AD. Who? The game has changed. He doesn't play center.
Brook Lopez.
HUGH, now you just throwing names.
What? Brook Lopez was only the player of the year.
Come on now.
Brook Lopez was the candidate.
All right, I'm not letting you get away with that. You talking about all right. You talking about 3 to 4 teams that have bigs that are going to do something. The game of the NBA has changed, bro. You know, and he's really not a center.
But he plays it. So.
Okay, just like AD. But I'm only saying that, and those are not really considered centers. Though we only really have 2 dominant centers, and even Sabonis, bro, could be a stretch 4. You feel me? Like the game has really changed. So I feel like it's very like he's going to do well in the league. Y'all let us know what I got him at. What you got him averaging? What you got him averaging? Give me the point averages so we can have our little bet through in the year.
I think he goes 20 and 12.
Okay, that's solid. That's what I was gonna say. All right, that's solid.
20 and 12.
I believe that.
I think he's gonna be like. Gonna go like 38 and 20.
I don't think.
They think he's gonna be the best player in the league. That's why I'm like.
I don't think that, but he's gonna be tough.
There are more bigs. I just gotta think.
We shall see. We shall see. Man, make sure you guys tune in, like, share, and subscribe to the podcast, man. The Faison View, man. Episode 350. And make sure you guys go vote. What is your best album debut? All right. What is your best album debut? All right. Best debut albums. All right, per se. You already know we out of here. Yes, sir.